Today we'll look at let and constant. So we're gonna be looking at this too, let and const. Let has always been it's actually a dynamic store. You can store a lot of things. You can declare a variable in let. Let me give you an example. You could actually have something like color, and we call it red. And with this, if I also say that color is equal to 80, it allows it. So with let you can store so a lot of different types of data into this color. We can actually say we need an array. You can have an array of probably maybe colors, and it will still allow you to store it inside color. But when it comes to const doesn't. Let's say color, okay, and we say const red. If I say color is equal to 78, it tells me that this variable has been declared before as red and you cannot change it. So the beauty of this is that it's const helps you to write less error, probably, yeah, less error prone codes, because it doesn't allow you to modify what has been declared initially. But let can allow you to store any kind of variable inside here. So you can actually mistakenly store a function inside this variable, and that's fine with let, but const will not allow you. So that's why we'll be focusing more on const. So I think a rule of thumb is use more of const than let. So that's what I'm going to say in this section. And let me also let you know that in const, you can actually you can have something like this. You can have a constant talk, and you store a function inside it. That's fine for const. You can also have um, a variable called cars, and we have something like an array. So const can take arrays. Okay, but it can also take it can take any type of data. The only thing is that you won't be able to change it. It can take it can even take an object. In JavaScript, you have something like this vehicle, something like this with curly braces. This is an object. So const can also take all this. Now, the beauty of const is that though it can actually um, store functions, arrays, objects, and the likes, you can't actually change this array outrightly, but you can add or remove from inside of it. But this array still remains as the owner of this variable. Same, these objects cannot just be changed, but the properties can be changed. Let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. Let's say, for example, cars. Probably I want to add um, an extra car to our array. So I can just do push. This is an array method. So I'm just working on this array. So I can actually add, let me say, um, I can add, say, BMW, and that's fine. So if I type cars, you see, we now have BMW inside. So, but The main array has not been affected. This is const actually. If I do cars and I just outrightly say, okay, hey, do this for me. Um, let's say Mercedes. You see that? See, it doesn't allow you to do this, but it can allow you to make use of the array properties to manipulate the data. Do you understand? So it's a very tricky. If you don't understand it, you might not understand why you're using const and you're able to do this. But yes, const allows you to do this. Even objects, the properties of objects can be manipulated too. So we can say something like this. We can we can say vehicle dot name. Probably I want to change the property name to let me change it to Ford, or let me change it to something else. Um, okay, let me just change it to Ford. Okay, so if I type vehicle, sorry, now see what we have. Instead of this, we have this, and this variable is a const. So we can change the properties, but um we can just change the whole object outrightly. You can actually even I think you can actually also add okay, let me clear this out a bit. Okay, let's just continue. So we can actually add another property apart from having name, color. Let me say size. Let me see if it's possible. I've not tried this before, but I know that it's going to be possible. Let's say size. We want to add this to the property. So size, and I say the size is 90. Okay, so vehicle, sorry, vehicle, and that's fine. You see, so this same object, we are just manipulating it. We can actually use the method object methods to be able to do all this, but we can't change the variable outrightly. So that's the point I want to bring to our notice here. So in the next section, we're going to look into some interesting part of const that we actually use in React.js. It's very powerful. So we'll see in the next section.